Live video.
Put your weight on it.
Baby.
I never miss my water until my well went dry. I can't sleep no more. Can't get that woman out of my mind. Those don't know ways on my mind. Oh, that's so bad. I can't be satisfied.
Make me want more.
Listen, baby. Bad look in my bed.
Happy New Year.
Bad look in my home. There's a reason why I sing this bad song. Take me back, sweet mom.
Take me back, sweet mom.
Tell me one more time.
Tell me one more time.
If I don't satisfy you, I'll break my backbone. Try. Just take me back. Take me back. Take me back home.
Listen.
Have
Have you been low?
in spirits? And you didn't know what's on your mind.
Go on.
Loving you so bad. You can't keep from mine. The house you live in don't look right no more. Can't find no consolation nowhere to go.
Oh, New Year. I still got it, Eric. I still got it.
Bad luck in my bed, bad luck in my home. There's a reason why I sing this bad love song. Take me back, sweet mom.
Take me back, sweet mom.
Tell me one more time.
Tell me one more time.
If I don't satisfy you, baby, I'll beg my backbone try. Take me back, sweet mom.
Take me back, sweet mom.
Tell me one more time.
Tell me one more time.
If I don't satisfy you, baby, I'll beg my backbone try. Take me back, sweet mom.
Take me back, sweet mom.
Tell me one more time.
Tell me one more
If
time.
I don't satisfy you, baby, I'll beg my backbone try. Take me
Take me
back,
back,
sweet mom.
take me back, sweet
Tell
mom.
me one more time.
Tell me one more
If I
time.
don't satisfy you, I'll beg my backbone try. Just take me back, take me back, take me back home.
Looks like your broadcast was deleted from Facebook, sugar. We know they full of crap. Right on, y'all. Hey. How y'all doing? I'm Sugar Ray Raver. This is the last Sugar Shack show for 2020. Good riddance. For 2020, y'all. God bless you. Woo! Hope we made it. If you lost anyone during this pandemic, and even during the year period, I want to first of all offer my condolences and pray for the strength of you and your family, and hopefully they moved on to a better place. For the rest of you mothers, we got to keep on keeping on. We ain't got no oil. We got to use our hand to paddle this ship. But watch it. There's sharks in the water, baby. There are sharks in the water. How you doing, everybody? Happy days after Christmas is almost 2021. I'm being happy because 2021's gotta be better than 2020. Gotta be. Let me see. Melanie screaming hello. Christina Walker, what's going on? Michael S. Fairburn, how you doing? Darren Pugh, what's going on? Nancy Lee, how you doing? Big Red, what's going on? Barbara Ryan, Carol, how you doing? Melanie, Deb Wozencraft, how you doing? Chris Pendrick Alsop, how you doing, Chris? Been a while. Sylvia Thomas, how you doing? I first saw you here in Calais, France. Since then, I can't stop following you. Love you, buddy. All right, damn. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Merci. Jean-Marie. Bonsoir, mon ami. Bonsoir. They put up the tip jar. Let me put that up. This last time I put that up for the year. Gary Reed. What's going? Sounds amazing. Big Gary Reed. Stefan. How you doing? Christina Beer, how you doing, gorgeous? Patricia Gleason, beautiful, how you doing? Michael Barusa, what's going on? Steve Russell, how you doing? Terry Morrison, what's going on? Julia Richardson, how you doing, baby girl? Terry O'Donnell, Terry, she's what? Tambora Pipkin. I don't know what that means, Terry, but I know it must mean something. Bunny Burkett, Glitter the Good Witch, and as always, the man behind the curtain, Eric Sassaman, aka the Wizard of Oz. Can you dig it, baby? I had to call him up because we had problems. Started the show and none of the videos were playing. It's always something. It's 2020. 2020 is holding on by a toenail. It ain't gonna let you go, baby. It's like a pit bull with a lockjaw. You just shaking it. Hell no, you ain't making it 2021. But we gonna do it, baby. We gonna do it. I'm sorry, I'm too hyped up. I don't know why I was so hyped all of a sudden. Must have been the coffee. It was good coffee that I made this morning. Anyway, hope everybody's doing good. A few days after I finish the show here, I got to get in the truck and drive to LA, to the wasteland. I mean to Los Angeles, and drop down so she can do her thing, and then I got to get over with Eric and finish recording the new album. We got all the music done. I finished singing one of the songs. I got 9 more to go, or actually 7, 8 more to go. Sorry, I can do it. I'm a big enough boy. I can do it. The dogs are going to the what do you call them? Not the dog center. What do you call it? What do you call that thing, Eric? When you take the dogs to they're going boarding. They're being boarded. Woo. They're going to the boarding house. There. Pam's on the way to take them over there now. So how you guys doing? How's everybody doing? Bless you for being here. Thank you for supporting the Sugar Shack since the first show was what, April 6th? I think the first show was April the 6th. Yeah, I think it was April 6th. It may have been March, but I think it was April 6th. April 7th? Hey, the fact that I can even remember closest is really good, brother. Cause my mind is like it's still seared. Uh, Bob Corto was my very first guest. Matter of fact, we were going through the thing last night, naming all the shows and all the guests because I realized that I was trying to remember who all had been on the show. Man, it's been 36 shows. This is I think the 37th show. This is the 37th show. My guest today is the one and only steady rolling Bob Margolin. And Bob has been around. He's played with them all. He was one of the cats that was there. I also want to wish a happy 90th birthday to the bass man himself, Mr. Chicago, Bob Stroger, ladies and gentlemen. I had the privilege, the honor, the chance of a lifetime to play with the 3 Bobs. So it was Bob Cortor, Bob Stroger, and Bob Margolin. And I think we were all in, I keep messing it up, Sweden. I think it was Sweden. We were in Sweden. And we even had Henry Gray on one of those shows. But anyway, we had a heck of a time with the 3 Bobs. But my guest today will be Bob Margolin. Ever since I met the gentleman, he's always been a sweetheart. He's always been an encyclopedia, i.e. dictionary, thesaurus of the blues and of music, period. Laid back until you get on the stage, and then he cut you like bad cheddar. I like that about that man. He's really cool. So we're going to try to see if we can squeeze some stories out of Bob Margolin today. Look at that. My glasses are fogging up, y'all. Yeah. Maybe like I had cat eyes or something. I'm like, what's going on with these glasses? Let me pull them off. I'm sweating already. Okay, question of the day. I was trying to think of this, and I had been thinking about this, Eric. I'm like, what? It's the last question of 2020, and hopefully we all gonna get out of here with our clothes on. But if I got to get out of here butt naked with number flip flops, as long as we make it, it don't matter. Get the hell out of 2020. January 20th is coming up. That's a whole nother thing. We'll talk about that later. I don't usually do politics, but that's a big one. I was thinking about a question the other day, and I had asked so many questions over the last year, and it just gets insane, all the stuff. But I've always just tried to keep it lighthearted and keep you guys rolling. And so what I want to know, and we did the old school stuff, we did all that, right? I think we did all that. Then we did all the old school stuff. We did some memory stuff. So I'm trying to think now. Like what I had been thinking the last few days, like what could I ask as the question of the day? So you know what I'm going to do? The question of the day is I'm going to allow you, the public, to ask me your question of the day, and we'll try to go through and answer them on the side over here. So if you got a question of the day, if I can answer it, I will be honest and try to answer it. If I can't answer it, well, I can't answer it, but I'll give it a shot. So what is your question of the day? And remember, it's the last time I get to ask you in 2020. Today is December the 29th, y'all. Tuesday. It's live at the Sugar Shack. Let's check it out.
Rock and roll. Rock and roll, yes. Sure.
Right on. The legendary Mr. Muddy Waters and the band, Bob Cortor, Bob Margolin. Yeah, you're backstage right now, Bob. You can't hear me still? Can you hear me when he backstage, Eric? He should. He said, "You see my lips moving, but nothing." Well, it's been one of them days. It's been one of them days already. He said, "It sounds like." All right, wait. Let me ask a couple questions, and I'll get to Bob. What is the meaning of life? You said any questions? The meaning of life. The meaning of life to me is to try to leave this world better than I found it. That's the meaning of life to me. What started you throwing beads to your audience? Carol, I started throwing beads to the audience because I wanted people to know the difference between my show and others. And what I mean by that is I never come out to do a concert. I come out to do a party. And so the beads show people there's going to be a difference already, and it breaks their inhibition that they have of being afraid to get up and shake what their mama gave them. That's why I started throwing beads. And it's always nice to give people something instead of always taking. Uh, Bunny Burkett asks, "What are you grateful for in 2020?" What I'm grateful for is that my wife beat cancer, and that she's still here with me, and hopefully will be with me for a long, long, long while. That's my thing. Greg Meyer, what is your favorite cigar? When I'm inside of the United States of America, my favorite cigar is the Rocky Patel Edge Battalion 60. When I'm outside of the United States, my favorite cigar is the Series D Portugas number 4, which is almost impossible to get in the States. Um, Let me see. What is the meaning? I got that one. We got that. We answered that one. Steady rock. Yep, that's him. K Cloud is in the house. What is the one thing you're looking forward to in 2021? The one thing I'm looking forward to in 2021 is to be able to get back out and share my heart and soul and the band's heart and soul with people again. That would be great if we can get that fixed. Uh, if you could, which of the late great blues singers would you have at your New Year's Eve, New Year's Day dinner table? Oh, that's a hard one. Well, I'm always been a fan of Son House, and Son House is the man for me. I think that would be interesting having Son House to see which one shows up. Would it be Bishop Son House, or would it be the as we say down south, the Jick? We call them Jick. Y'all call them alcoholics and winos. We call them Jicks. Would it be the Jick Son House to show up? Either way, I think it would be a hilarious damn time that day. Let's see, Patricia Good. What is the one thing? Okay, we already answered that. The last walk. Someone asked, "How many jackets do I own?" I've never counted, but I would say that I'm in the neighborhood of probably 50 to 65 suits, and then another probably 20, 25 sport coats. Then someone asked, "Where do you buy your clothes?" I have bought my clothes all over the world. I've bought a lot of clothes uh, down in Clarksdale. I can't think of the name of the store, but back in the day, I bought some great suits there that I still wear, which are amazing. And from the old man who's now passed away. Uh, a lot of stuff I bought in Los Angeles down at the Garment District. Um, that they're really good. And then there used to be this great online company. They were called Zoot Suit Superstore, and they sold all the Stacey Adams and Falco stuff. And I could actually get my size. I wasn't as big as I am now, but I'm still a big dude. Wasn't like I could go to Dillard's. As a matter of fact, that reminded me. I remember going into a Dillard's one time and looking around for some clothes, and Pam was with me. And I have to say this. I don't mean this disparagingly. This is what it was. They had this gay guy working in there, and he was as sweet and nice as he could be. And he said one of the nicest ways to tell you that you're too big in my entire life. So he walked up to me because he seen me looking for stuff, and he said, "Excuse me, sir." I'm like, "Yes." He said, "Look, brother, they don't carry grown man sizes in here." I'm like, "Bless your soul. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that." He looked and told me that. "Look, baby, they don't carry grown man sizes in here." I was like, "All right, there you go. I understand. I'm out. Thank you." But I bought clothes all over the world, and it's just what I like, what I see. At one point, I think I had something like 100 hats. I've destroyed a lot of them. They get messed up at the shows and sweating them out and stuff like that. So I think I'm down to probably about 30 or 40 hats, which is time to re-up the ante. I have some Biltmores. I have some Stetsons. I got some. Oh, I have a lot of different hats. So now you go for that. How did that is nice. Hello from Calgary. Hey, Calgary, Deanna Moore. All right. Was that all the questions that you guys have for me? I hope I answered them. Maria Forrest Trumbull, do you remember where you were this day 6 years ago? Marty, yeah, right. Yeah, I don't. Was I at your house, Marty? Was I with you somewhere in Norway or somewhere? Call, let me know, because I do not remember where I was this day 6 years ago. Okay, let me see if we can get Bob up here. I'm going to just change if we bring Bob up on stage. Bob, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Bob? You cannot hear me. Bob, oh Bob. Nothing? He's like, it's going, I can't hear him, but I can see what he's trying to do. Uh, I don't know, Bob. I don't know. Hey, Bob, pull the headphones off. Pull the headphones off. Pull the headphones off. Yeah, it got to be the headphones because I can't hear him at all now. Turn them off. It's sign language, baby. We can do it. We're gonna get it done. All right, Bob. Why you trying to fix that, Bob? We're gonna play this other one. Now here's the same song with Bob and those guys. This is 2000 actually, isn't it? 2019. This is Bob and the band, those guys, Warren Haynes and all those guys. 2019. Check it out.
I'd like to represent Muddy Waters right now for his wonderful performance at the last waltz. But you know what bothered me about that? He did not get a chance to play any of his trademark slide guitar.
Do you have I'm gonna send you.
He was badass.
I'm gonna send you Bob's.
Can I try and make up for it right now? Whoa, yeah.
I just sent it to you, Bob. Eric. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Everything gonna be all right this morning. Oh, yeah.
My tech guy is calling you. Bob, my tech guy is calling you right now, so I'm gonna hang up. His name's Eric Testament. He's gonna be calling you just a second.
Now I was a young boy, about the age of 5. My mama said I'm gonna be the greatest man alive. But now I'm a man. You know, I'm almost 21.
Thank you, Johnny.
Oh, you better believe me, honey. I have lots of fun. Hoochie coochie man. Man. A natural born loving man. I'm a steady rolling man. Oh, yeah. Oh, my suit.
Sandy Mathis Jones. How you
You will
doing, girl?
never
Happy
get
New Year and Merry Christmas.
when I make love to a woman. You know she can't resist. Then I go back down. Oh, Kansas too. Bring back my second cousin. Just a little bit like you. You pretty women stand out there tonight. I made love to you, baby, just about 5 or 10 times. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I hear you, big red. Yeah, Eric. We have a gift. And Mr. Haynes.
Hands on the slide guitar. In this corner, the pride of Montgomery, Alabama, Mr. Jamie Johnson. Jamie Johnson got the blues for you tonight. And right here from just outside of Austin,
Okay, I remember that, Body. I
Lucas
remember that.
Nelson on the guitar.
Hey, Eric, did you fix it? I can see my move, but I still can't hear it. I can't hear you now, Eric, either. I can't hear you, Eric. I can't hear Bob. I can't hear you. What the hell? That's where I was 6 years ago. Awesome. Okay. Hey, Jamadi. 6 years ago today. That's right. Oh, wow. It was right after Christmas. That's right. I flew at the 26th.
Lucas Nelson.
Bonnie, can you put up that tip chart in again, please?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Have a seat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. in trouble now. I better go back to that guitar. I'm sorry, baby, I never put you down again.
Bob Margolin, ladies and gentlemen. That's my man. I love Bob. Eric, I can hear you. I can hear him, but I don't see him. Yeah, you were. I can hear everything. I can hear everything you were saying, Bob. You just couldn't hear me. We're working it out. Eric Jessamine, aka the Wizard of Oz, is backstage working with Bob Margolin to fix the problem. We actually were good yesterday, but we are having all kind of weird things going on. I think it's just the end of the year. And as I said, 2020 has been a pit bull, baby. It's the bit down into the white meat, and it's just holding on for dear life. But we're gonna shake this mother off. No matter how much, no matter what it takes, Bob, we're gonna get you on. All right, let me do this one. Homemade disaster, y'all, and then we're gonna get into some more questions. And then we'll get Bob up.
Wait a minute, baby, just a
I hear you.
minute.
For a second there, I heard Bob.
I like it. Now we're playing, everybody's swaying. Feel the room starting to spin. I'm chilling more. You're gripping harder. You're about to break it off. You're not now you're pimping, making the decisions, pulling everybody's strings all big man. You wanna hit it, swing it till you kill it. Feel the water rushing in, it's sink or swim. So kick that fin before
We got to play some songs from the new album for y'all, but they killed it. I think you guys go to dig it, you know. Look like we got Bob Margolin.
Now you're swinging from the rafters.
Let me finish this out, Bob. We're gonna cancel that right now. We're just gonna bring Bob right up because I don't know what's gonna happen. And now I'm hearing echoes from you or somebody. Can you hear me, Bob? Can you hear me, brother?
No, I can't. Ray went back to the dinosaur sound.
That's weird. I wonder if it got something.
It doesn't matter if I hear the videos. So I'd like to go back to what we did yesterday.
We're doing what we did yesterday.
Does that sound all right to you, Eric? If I do that?
Yeah, we're hearing you now in the live, but you can't hear Ray.
Not through my headphones. He's not talking though. Or actually,
yeah, I was listening.
I see he's moving.
I'm listening to you. Let him know I can hear him fine.
No, it sounds.
I can hear you fine.
Let me just get rid of these things that worked yesterday without that. And I'll turn off the Bluetooth too.
Because Eric, I can hear you fine. I can hear him fine, but he's not hearing me. But I noticed this thing's down to 2 bars up here, and on my computer he's moving very statically.
Yeah.
Oh wow, there's some weird sounds coming out of his computer.
Wow, they're really weird sounds.
Yeah, sure. Oh, something's wrong.
Let me get the settings again. As 480 standard and the MacBook Pro microphone are working.
Yep.
But the macro, and I can see it now, which we couldn't. We can't
can
see it and
always
hear
hear
it at
you.
the same time.
Eric, do you think it's my Wi-Fi? But everything's working good on my end. Big Red says she's got her
you can
non-slip
hear.
shoes and ready for it to walk into.
Can you hear what Ray's doing right now? It's pretty cute.
Yeah, but you can't hear him?
I hear him going.
There's something wrong.
That's really weird because Eric, I can hear you fine. I can hear him fine. Let him know that we can hear him fine. Just tell us a couple stories, and I'm sorry, Eric, but I'm going to use you as a relay.
Yeah, we can hear you fine, Bob.
Well, but I won't be able to hear what he's saying.
I know.
Eric,
I can relay what he's saying.
Exactly. First of all, Bob, how are you doing?
He says, Bob, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm just sitting on the porch with my favorite dinosaur.
Tell him I like that LL Bean jacket.
I like that LL Bean jacket.
Yes, and active wear for isolation here. We've got Under Armour and an Amazon hat.
All right on. I use jockey.
I use jockey, he says.
I like theirs.
Let me turn you up. Can you hear that, Eric?
Tell him I hear him fine.
Can you?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Tell him that the audience can hear him fine.
Dinosaur.
We can all hear you.
I'll move it back a little bit. Well,
can Bob read the comments?
Here we are. I can refresh it once again while we have time, right?
No,
go ahead and take a look at the comments and see if there's
the comments. The people have questions. Yeah, read the comments. Read some of the comments.
Yeah, read some of the comments. He says.
Rick Anderson, simplified double dog, and Happy New Year.
Yes.
Hoorah.
Yeah, I see it, but see the comments, but I can't write one, right?
Me either.
No, you can't write a comment, but you can just reply.
Yeah, I can't see him. Someone said, "Can Bob read the comments?" And maybe Sugar needs to type up his comments to Bob. We're getting tech support from the listeners. That's really good. Thanks.
Just ask Bob how he got started.
Yeah. Bob, how did you get started? Barbara Ryan wants to know. Ask him again, Eric.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Bob Ryan says, ask Bob how he got started.
Say that again, please.
How did you get started?
Well, I started as a small child, but I think that's a Steve Martin line from the 1970s, which kind of dates me. But this is a riot. I was born in Boston and kind of fell in love with guitar because of Chuck Berry, and then followed the source of his inspiration back to Muddy Waters, and he was my favorite musician. And so as a young adult, I tried to see him whenever I could, and got to be in bands opening up for him. And he could see I was trying to play old school Chicago blues. We were just smart enough not to play Muddy Waters songs on a Muddy Waters show.
Yeah.
but he heard me playing Elmore James Slide and Jimmy Rogers and Jimmy Reed and a lot of the usual suspects for Chicago blues. And so he was very nice to me and encouraging, which is like if you're an inspiring religious person like Moses, it would like getting to be God's friend. So
Wow.
that was a real thrill for me, and that got me into it. And then in August 1973, I went into a bar to see Muddy Waters. It wasn't a bar; it was a nightclub called Paul's Mall in Boston, and I was the first one in the room. And the harmonica player in the band, George Mojo Dreamy Eye, good-looking Buford, came up to me. That's how Muddy used to introduce him. He came up to me and he asked me the fateful question, "Do you have any reefer?" And I did.
And you did.
I knew how to treat a traveling band.
Yeah.
1973.
Yeah.
That's about all it was, too. But then he asked me another fateful question. He said, "Hey, Muddy just fired Sammy last night. Wait here." And Muddy came out of the dressing room. A minute later, George got him and said, "Oh, good. Come to my hotel room tomorrow and bring a guitar," because he had just fired a guitar player the night before, and I was the first one in the room, literally, that he saw the next day. And I came to his room and with a guitar and an amp, because I didn't have an acoustic guitar. And he said, "Play it." So I knew to play like, just a generic Chicago blues style. And I played an introduction, and then Muddy started to sing along with it. And
Wow.
that was the biggest musical moment at my life at that time, hearing his voice with my guitar playing. And then, but it's not like he thought I was great or anything. Oh, I've got to have this person in the band to actualize my musical sound. I just thought I might be able to give it a try. And it was kind of like a puppy doing a trick. He called his girlfriend into the room and said, "Hey, look at this kid play my shit. And do it again." And so I didn't sit up and beg. I played it again. And it seemed to be, he liked it. He said, "Okay, we'll give it a try." And he called Willie Big Guy Smith into the room. And he said, "Bob's going to be in the band." And and Willie stuck out his hand with a big smile on his face. And he said, "Welcome to the club."
Wow.
Yeah, that was, you can see I remember every word and what happened every second of it. It was
Well,
real
that was
in my life.
no doubt. That was life changing. You got to remember that.
That was life changing. You got to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, every second of it, and I could see everything that would happen afterwards. That I knew I was going to go on the road with Muddy, and I knew I wouldn't be home anymore. I played in local bands, including the band of a guy that used to play with Muddy, Luther Georgia Boy Snake Johnson, in Boston. But this was the big leagues, and I was going to get to tour, and I did. I went all over the world with Muddy for 7 years and met incredible musicians that, through him, that loved his music and came around us. Amazing experience, and showing those two videos of me kind of shows they're both the same song, Mannish Boy, but one was with Muddy at the original Last Waltz, and the other one was a tour that was called Last Waltz 2019 tour, and it was not like a tribute band or anything. It had really great stars that were interpreting the music of the band, and because I was was on the original Last Waltz show. That's how I got in there, because I don't have the marquee value. Eric knows what that means.
Yeah. No, so do I.
But,
He said, so do I.
I know.
yeah, and that those other great stars like that were on stage in that video, Jamie Johnson and Lucas Nelson and Warren Haynes, were just the other guitar players up there. We had a New Orleans horn section in there, and Don was playing bass, and one of the
Was that
musical
Don
directors.
Wow.
He said, that was Don Was?
On the bass in the video that I was in, that I was leading on the second one that he played. Doesn't look like anybody else. He's looked like that for a long time.
Eric, tell Bob that I really enjoyed that afro with him and Muddy. That was a nice afro, nice fro.
He says he really enjoyed that afro that you had in that video with Muddy.
I enjoyed it too. It's not there anymore.
I know the feeling, brother.
Somehow it escapes
He
me.
says, I know the feeling, brother. You're laughing.
Yeah, baby. Anyway, well, Bob, I'm glad you're here, man. I've always respected you, as I was telling people earlier. From the first time I ever met you, you was always a class act. So thank you for not pushing me down the stairs, but always inviting me in. So I appreciate that.
That was a long sentence, which I missed half of it.
just tell him that I said that from the first time that I ever met him, he was always a class act. And he
From
never
the first time he always met you, you were a class act.
And that he never put on airs,
I've been
and he was
hearing
just a
about
down there cat.
a long time, and I couldn't wait to see him. And when I finally did, oh boy, I am I'll tell you right to your face on the screen, you are somebody. Yeah, you. I am impressed by your force of nature power on the bandstand.
Thank you.
Also, the way you can lead a band with just your voice. That is a real rare thing. Muddy Waters could do it if he wasn't playing the guitar. I once had a thrill to work with Etta James, which was at a tribute to Muddy in 1984 at the New Orleans Festival. And she could lead the band with just her voice. Delbert McClinton can do that too. But so can you. You just tell the band, like on the shows we've been together, which there aren't many, but you can just tell us, well, do this groove and hold it, or just play a shuffle and I'll improvise over it. And you can make entertainment out of a jam. And the band can follow your signals real easy. We know what we have to do, and the audience goes right along with it. I think you're a modern master. Thank you.
My God! Wow, those are things.
My God! Wow!
You put too much weight on me, Bob.
Too much weight on me, Bob.
Wow, that's
that we don't have a better connection here.
Yeah. But we're gonna make it work, because I want to make sure that somebody special for the last night.
It worked.
I'm gonna just try something. I'm gonna try and knock my resolution up to a higher thing and see if it makes any difference. Roar for me, Ray.
Hey.
Now it went away altogether. No, now it sounds the same, but I probably looked a little more clear that way.
You look clear.
And it's working.
You look good. You look clear.
You're clear, and the voice sounds clear. I don't know what the problem
the
is.
worse you can see me, the better I look. Those two clips, one from 1976 and one from 2019, they don't say anything about the original music I've done since 1980 when I left Muddy's band. but they do show my dedication to the music and using what I learned from him to be a foundation for my own music, and going back and singing one of his songs with these wonderful musicians who, it was a thrill for me. It was such an easy gig. All I had to do was maybe 3 or 4 songs a night. And by the way, they kept giving me more songs to do because the blues was going over really, really well with the audience. And you could see I was putting a little bit of extra to it that was inspired actually by Muddy, who by the time I got in his band, he was 59 years old, which sounds young to me now. But he one time he played at Carnegie Hall, and there were a lot of really great musicians on the show. And he was closing, and he needed to show everybody who Muddy Waters was after, say, John Lee Hooker and Hound Dog Taylor, or maybe Bobby Bland had played. And so he did Mannish Boy, which he hadn't been doing very much with the band I was in. And he prowled the stage like a lion and hollered at the audience, and then he got down on the ground and started rolling around into the amplifiers. I thought I was, oh my God, he's having a heart attack, and but it wasn't. That was the beginning of my time with him. He was just doing the stage things that drove people crazy. Now, I can only imagine what he was like in the 1950s when he was doing Mannish Boy on the same circuit with B.B. King and Sam Cooke and Nappy Brown, who got to be a friend of mine in the 1980s till his death in 2008.
I'm a big fan of Nappy Brown.
Singers, and he had to get out there and kick ass on the stage. Now, I heard this story from the Paramount Theater in the mid 80s. Yeah, but I had heard the story I heard from Nappy Brown in the 80s, and I heard it from Muddy himself in the 70s, and from B.B. King, who was once hanging out with our band and recounted the same story. According to the way B.B. put it, Muddy was on stage, and all of a sudden the audience just erupted, went crazy. And all the musicians in the backstage area, which included B.B. King and Nappy Brown, came out and looked around the curtain to see what was going on. And apparently the hoss had got out of the barn, if you know what I mean, and was flapping in the breeze while he was singing. The way Muddy said, I'm a man. He said he didn't realize it, but somehow he had what we now call a wardrobe malfunction.
A wardrobe malfunction, yeah.
Yeah.
And well, it was a
the low guys, they
wardrobe
knew how to entertain. They knew how to entertain. Listen,
to hear
people in Milwaukee want to go.
And so apparently that happened. I did not do that. However, I did bite Warren Haynes on the leg, I think, on some of those gigs. While I was crawling around like a dog and barking at everybody. But hey, we love dogs, and the audience does too. I would get the audience to respond. You know how you get them to say what they want to, and the call and response. I bark at them, and they bark back, and people love to do that. They really want to.
Hey, Eric, I lost you, man. You're not in backstage anymore.
That's okay. I hear you.
Oh, okay. Did you do it on purpose?
No.
Okay. Tell him.
His lips move, but I don't.
Tell him I got a couple questions. People want to know what is his favorite guitar, and I got another video that I want to play of him.
Okay. Somebody asked, "What is your favorite guitar?" And then he's got a video he wants to play.
Okay. For a while, I had bought a Telecaster because I always wanted one, was waiting for the right time to come along. I bought it in the early 90s, more than 10 years after I was out of Muddy Waters Band. But I had been using that most of the time for the last few years until I found the guitar that was in the brown guitar that was in the video from 2019. That is a B&G guitar. They're made in Israel. And a young friend of mine, Tyler Morris, told me about these guitars, and I soon got two of them. Amazing instruments. They have a feel like they're patterned after a parlor guitar from 1915, and the neck
Whoa.
feels like an old guitar. I have a 30s Gibson, and I was once carrying each one by the neck to go do some recording, and I said, these two necks feel the same. And it has a lot of acoustic properties as well as electric properties, but it's much lighter than, say, a Les Paul, and the neck it's easier to play than any other guitar I ever played, and it sounds beautiful. And the one that's in that video is a B&G's stepsister, private build, all mahogany. And
Nice.
I really do love that guitar, and I've been using it for 2 years, but not much in 2020, at least not on the road.
Yeah, we know how that goes.
We know how that goes.
I just found this video and I want to play it, and then he can, if he feels like it, he can describe it afterwards. So check it out.
He found this great video. He's going to play it for you, and then maybe you can describe it afterwards.
Okay.
Okay.
Going to Kansas City, yeah, I come. Going to Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women. One day money gonna get him one. I've been standing on the corner 12th Street and Vine.
Johnny Winter and Bob Margolin.
Stand on the corner 12th Street and Vine. With my Kansas City woman boy, whole bottle in New York wine. Yes, I may take a plane, I may take a train. If I have to walk, I'm going to just the same. I'm going to Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women. One day I'm gonna
Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear what he said. Bob Margolin, ladies and gentlemen. Steady rolling. Hey, Eric, ask him who is that on? Eric, ask him who's that on Monica. Thank you, Nancy Lee. Carol Owensby, yes, that is Pine Top Perkins on the piano, Johnny Winter, Bob Margolin, and the legendary Mr. Muddy Waters.
Kansas City, here we come.
And who was it on harmonica?
Kansas City, here we come. Me and Buddy.
Portnoy. Oh, okay, yeah, I know that name, yeah.
I'm really gonna get me one. I'll be standing on the corner, 12th Street and Vine.
What's that in Pine Top?
I've been Kansas City, buddy. Stand on the corner, 12th Street and Vine. I'll have my Kansas City woman and a bottle of this New York wine.
Yeah, Bob Motion, Jerry Portnoy.
Take a plane,
Yeah, we know.
may take a train, then if I have to walk or be getting just the same. Kansas City.
I'm sorry, when you guys see me looking up here, I'm looking up on a 80-inch television. That's what I'm looking at. I can't hear Bob anymore, but it could be because the video is playing. It's probably because the video is playing.
Kansas City, here we come. Kansas City, here we come. Got some crazy little women and I'm really gonna get me one. Still be standing on the corner, 12th Street and Vine.
Actually, what was that up?
Stand on the corner, 12th Street and Vine. Left my Kansas City woman in the bottle of this New York wine. Now I may take a plane, may take a train, then if I have to walk or be getting out just the same. Back to Kansas City, here we come. They got some crazy little women and I'm really gonna get me one. They got some crazy little women and I'm really gonna get me one.
I'm gonna get me two of them, boy.
Yeah, they got some crazy little women and I'm really gonna get me one.
I'm gonna get a few of them, one or another.
They got some crazy little women and I'm really gonna get me one.
Well, I'm gonna get 12 of them, a dozen.
I got happy then, boy. They got some crazy little women and they really gonna get me one.
I'm gonna get all of them. All of them.
Bob, I think you might have been muted while they were playing the video. Why don't you run over who all the musicians were in that video?
Yeah, who was all in that?
I heard Ray sound like himself. Can you
Did
hear
I?
me now?
I can hear you fine.
Yeah,
This is all working.
Oh, you can hear me now.
there you go.
Yeah, for the first
Okay.
time today.
Okay.
You-
All right, brother.
Okay, so
Eric did a good job running back and forth. We had a bunch of questions, man. First of all, can you go over who was all in that video and how did that come about? This is just when you was a regular part of the band, huh?
That probably looks like maybe 1977 or 8.
Okay,
I don't know if it
okay.
said on the video, and I'm not
I
sure
didn't
where
see
it
it.
was from.
I
Okay,
didn't see it,
looks like
but I love that when it pulled up, it was like you, Muddy, and that's Johnny Winter, and I said that's little Pine Top over there, and I was like, man, this guy, I gotta show this, you know. And I know you did
well,
a lot of music after that. You've done a lot of great music after that. But you know, it's not very often that I get, as I've always thought, there's not very often that I get to talk to someone who was there and who spent a lot of time with the cats, and so it means a lot. So I hope I'm not disrespecting you by showing those old videos with you and Muddy, because I know you've got some really great music that you've done since you've left the band and all that good stuff.
well, I appreciate the one you posted earlier on Facebook, Heaven, Mississippi. I hadn't. That's about 5 years ago that I made that video with Scott Rosenbaum and Red Hawk Productions, who are the same ones that put out the movie Sidemen. That's about Pine Top and Hubert Sumlin and Willie Big Eyes Smith. But he made that
It's
video
funny.
for me.
It's funny you said that. I was doing a podcast last night with Fabricio and Yostein out of Notan, and I know Fabricio was one of the main movers on that Sideman movie. And I told him, I said, man, I've seen that a couple times. I love that movie. I didn't even realize. I guess I wasn't paying attention. I didn't realize that you had you was in on that.
Yeah, actually. They had recorded a lot of live music with Pine Top and Hubert and Willie on a tour, and we did them in 2009 and 2010, a bunch of performances, and apparently the performances didn't get into the film, but that was the original intention, but probably business got in the way.
Yeah,
It'd
it always
probably
does.
be, yeah, all the paying publishing on something like that, I think, would have made the film impossible.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of respectable people talking about the music in it, and but I was on stage with those great musicians. We had Bob Stroger on bass, who just celebrated his 90th birthday.
Amazing.
Or his 50th birthday of looking 40. And
he definitely does not look 90.
No, he conquers time completely. And we love him. Willie Big Guy Smith was on the drums on that tour. And he was also in that playing drums in that Muddy Waters video that we just saw. He was in the band when I got there, and he played with Muddy for part of every decade from the 50s to the 80s. He was on and off in the band from the 1950s till the middle of 1980.
Well, you were saying last night that Bob Stroger and all those guys, they were the young guys. I mean, they're not that Muddy Waters generation. I guess Bob came along probably about the same time as Buddy Guy. I'm assuming. So you know, they were those young guys that was out there, that second or third generation, maybe, if I'm saying that right, if I'm giving the right angst to it. So you was talking about that last night. You feel like talking about it a little bit more?
Yeah, as you probably noticed from when you were a kid getting into this, you'd go to see musicians, and then if you could play, they'd be encouraging to you, which is a real thrill and helped you. And if you get on stage with them, you got to put out.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
and you want to without overdoing it or underdoing it. But from what I heard from Bob Stroger and his really good friend Calvin Fuzz Jones, who was a bass player in Muddy's band and was in that video, the two of them were about the same age, and according to both of them, they were running around Chicago in the 1950s together, getting to see all the musicians playing guitars then, but each of them became great bass players too, and that's what they were known for. Calvin Fuzz Jones passed in 2010, but I have this beautiful picture of them in the dressing room of the King Biscuit Festival, like posing for a picture together, holding hands.
Right on.
In a friendly way, and it's really sweet one. I wish I could project that on there right now, but they by the 1960s they were in bands, and Bob has played with someone ever since and become a really strong front man. He and I have toured together. Like you saw in Sweden when we were on that show together, that you put Bob up front and he's gonna hit it really, really strong, knows how to work a crowd, get them to sing along, and he's just magnetic on stage.
But so are you, man.
Musician.
I was saying it earlier, and he couldn't translate it like I wanted to say it, but I was saying that from the first day I ever met you, and I knew who you were before I met you, and but you never put on airs. You treated everyone around you like people, and I just believe that since the first time I ever met you, you've been a class act, and I want to say thank you for letting me even enter the realm and everything. Every time I've ever met you, whether we be in Memphis, whether we be overseas, airport or whatever, you've always been a class act, and I know that is just your being. That's who you are. But thank you for being who you are. It's greatly appreciated.
That means a lot to me, especially coming from you, because I've already described how much I admire you back when you were talking like a dinosaur about 15, 20 years ago. People that are listening to us right now, you can't hear it, but every time Ray's voice came up until right after that last video, it came up like,
Somebody over in the comments said, somebody said you should have let Muddy Waters fix the sound 30 minutes ago. Sugar, laugh out loud. I guess the sound came up right after we played the Muddy video.
Yeah.
You got a few people from Boston here were here. They were Colin Briscoe all the way from Australia says good day.
Say that again. I was trying to adjust the volume so I could hear you better.
Oh, okay. Big Red out of Milwaukee said you should have let Muddy Waters fix the sound 30 minutes ago. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, well, we were able to talk pretty good, and we both said, "Oh, it'll be even better when you put on your headphones today." But when I got on there, the video worked fine, but nothing else did. So just got a call from Bob Corritor too. I wonder if I could have patched him in with a speakerphone. But
we can patch him in. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Hey Siri, call Bob Corritor. Give me 2 seconds. Let me get him on the phone, and then we'll put him in on the thing.
Yeah, if his phone's busy, he's leaving a message for me.
Oh, okay. He might answer.
But I'm so grateful that he put us on that show.
Hey, Bob. Hey, I'm on with Bob Margolin. We were on when you just called it. Huh? Are you near your computer? It might work. Let me see. I'm gonna copy this link. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can copy it.
Is this a visual thing? Because I'm really not.
Yeah, but you should be able to. You should be able
Ray,
to. Yeah.
If you tell him to call me on FaceTime, and I'll hold his little face on my phone up to the camera.
Hey, Bob Corritor, Bob Margolin said, call him on FaceTime right now. He'll just hold up your phone to the camera.
Oh, okay, call Bob Margolin on
Yeah, call Bob Margolin on FaceTime right
on
now.
FaceTime.
On FaceTime, he said. All right. All right. Later. He's gonna call you, Bob.
Okay.
You know
And
what's so great?
I'll
What's so great about that is I've been doing this now for since April 7th, and Bob Corto was my very first guest. So it's only fitting that now I have Bob Margolin and Bob Corto as my last two guests for 2020. It's making a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I like that.
well, he hasn't called me. Should I try and call him on FaceTime?
Yeah, he probably trying to get
through.
he probably trying to get his pompadour together. He's like, I don't know if I look good enough right now. I have a visual.
Well, he says the bigger the hair, the closer to God. and that would leave you and me way down there.
Way down, brother. We got to jump and touch the bottom. Well, I do. You got more hair than me, so there you go.
Well, Muddy was getting a bald spot. He's not coming through. Let me try it.
Hey Siri, FaceTime Bob Corto.
Well, he's doing it on mine now. I'll get the video call.
All right.
There we go, and accept.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah, we can hear him. Hey, Bob.
All right.
Let's see. Let me see if I can.
I got.
Looks beautiful where you're at. I see you guys.
I got two of the Bobs, ladies and gentlemen. Bob Corto, Bob Margolin. Two of the three Bobs.
I just talked to Bob Strozier. We should get him on this.
I don't know if I have Bob Strozier's number. You should call him up. I mean, because if you guys get your computer, I can send you the link, and then y'all can just come up on the screen together.
That sounds more technical.
How you doing, Bob?
I'm doing good, man.
Wait a minute, he's got a finger in his nose. You do now. Hey, shut up. Talk. Shut up.
Oh God. These guys. You see what we had to put up. You just have a good rest of your day. Sugar Ray wanted to let you know that I am also SK Productions. It is attached to CC Payment to you. Oh, well, thank you, Sally. Thank you very much. So, Bob wanted to bring you on, and I'm like, oh, that works out good. This is the last show of the year. You were my first guest of the year, and so I got the two Bobs bookending my last show. So that's a blessing to me.
Oh, great. Yeah, I
so
guess it's the last of the year.
This is it. This is the last show. Next show won't be until January 2021.
Okay.
So
congratulations on the show. It's long running at this point. So.
Well, I would consider long running. I mean, you've been running your show. A lot of people don't know that you have a weekly radio show that you've been doing for what, 15 years or something like that.
It'll be 37 years in February. A 5-hour.
Right on. Say it one more time.
Your listeners can check it out at kjzz.org. So it's Sunday nights from 6 until 11 Mountain Standard Time, which is a little bit different. Sugar Ray and I know this because we're from Arizona, but for those people not in Arizona, we don't have daylight savings time, so it's a little bit different timing than they might be used to. So
yeah, I almost messed up this morning. I was telling these guys 12 o'clock my time, and I'm like, wait a minute, no, that's wrong. Pam told me like morning. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I was up about 10:30 about to go get ready to get. She's like, no, you're too early. You need to go on at 1. I'm like, what do you mean go on at 1? She's like, baby, everything you always say Pacific Standard Time. So if you go now, all the people on the West Coast will be waiting, be an hour behind, and the show will be over with. And they be sitting there waiting on you. I'm like, oh crap, let me call Bob Margolin right now, let him know I made the wrong time.
Which was good because I needed another hour.
Me too, brother, because I was so tired, man. And I need to wake up because I got to drive to LA when we get done. Listen, one of the greatest times I ever had on stage was playing with the Three Bobs in Sweden. I'm telling you something, man. I mean, I was nervous as hell because all the history and the prestige that was on the stage, and but you, Bob Cortor, Bob Margolin, Bob Stroger, you guys made me feel right at home. I was just telling that to Bob. It's amazing that certain people that I met in this business have always just been salt of the earth people since day one, and the Bobs have definitely been that, and then how appreciative that I am that you guys will allow me to play a pickup game with you guys and play with your ball. So that's pretty cool.
Sugar Ray, you were the star of your set. We just love backing you up. So we'll do that any old time. I know you got your own band, but if ever you need to borrow one, just consider the Bobs, all right?
Most definitely. Plus, we should get together and do some specialist stuff. That's the great thing about this show is like I get to talk to all the people like, man, I know everybody's under contracts and all this crazy stuff. It's kind of weird because I remember the days of being able to do whatever I wanted to do when I wanted to do it and how I wanted to do it. Them days are gone. But we definitely need to get together and put some stuff together. I think that the three of us, we should do an album. That'd be cool. Let me ask the fans, do you think that Sugar Ray and the Three Bobs, we should get together and do an album? What y'all think? I think that'd be a really cool album.
Sign me up, baby.
The Bobs. Somebody's laughing. The Bobs. Okay, I'm in Wales, UK now. Do I get this? I'm blonde. I don't get that. What's going on with that? What? Do I get this? I'm blonde.
The people that don't know about it, Bobs of the Blues were formed some years back when Bob Margolin and myself and Bob Stroger all got together, and somebody said, "Hey, there's the Bobs of the Blues." Next thing you know, it stuck, and next thing you know, we're doing a tour in France and playing in Sweden and doing the Billtown Blues Festival and this and that. And every year we play the Biscuit or the after party at the Biscuit over at the Pine Top Perkins Homecoming. So, and whenever we get together, we're all good friends. So we genuinely like each other, and we all are Chicago blues players. So we just fall right in. So.
Well, let me ask you, Bob Margolin, Bob Margolin, Bob Cortor. Did you guys know each other in Chicago? Did you guys get to play? Did you guys get to play in Chicago? I'm sorry, Bob Cortor. Bob Margolin is doing all kind of crazy stuff with your face on the camera. So.
See, and I can't see that, but that's.
Oh, you should. You gotta go see the video. Yeah. You gotta go see the video. He's doing all kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys ever play together in Chicago?
No, we didn't. Bob told me that he was at several Muddy Water shows, and not only that, but Muddy played at his
high school gymnasium, 1974. My first time seeing Muddy Waters, and Bob Margolin had joined the band not too long before that. And so all of a sudden, here are all these wonderful players: Pine Top Perkins, Bob Margolin, Jerry Portnoy, who I immediately fell in with and became friends with. Willie Big Eye Smith, Calvin Jones, and Muddy and Guitar Jr. And I would end up having friendships with everybody in the band. And I produced a record with Willie Big Eye Smith. I did sessions with Pine Top and gigs with Pine Top. And Bob Margolin and I are I feel Bob's one of my closest friends right now. So I feel really blessed that it all came around full circle. So
right on. Wow. So that's got to be kind of surreal to watch these guys at the high school in '76, and then later wind up get to play with the guys and be friends with those guys. That's got to be kind of wild.
It was pretty cool, yeah. So, back then I'd go see Muddy Waters a lot, and I talk a little bit with Bob just in small little. Bits of conversation, but I was really hanging around getting harmonica tips from the harmonica player, Jerry Portnoy. So, Bob and I didn't talk that much, but it's funny because Bob will show me this photo and I'll say, this was a show that Lightning Hopkins and Muddy Waters did with Albert King and Johnny Shines. And I'm like, yeah, I was there, 1976. It's like, no. there's even this video, and I don't want to dominate the conversation, so you should cut me off after this. But there's this video from 1974, I think later in the year, it was like a sound stage, might have been 75, and it's Muddy Waters and a whole bunch of special guests. And here is this long-haired Bob Corritore for 1 second, right after Pinetown Perkins' piano solo in Blow and Blow, they just cut right to a close-up of this long-haired guy bopping his head to Muddy Waters. Lo and behold, that's me. People would not recognize it because of the hairstyle. I had long hair part in the middle and some, Peter Fonda glasses on. But it's if you see it, you go, who's that goofball?
Hey man, it was a shag haircut. Let's tell her like it is.
It was a shag, and all the brothers wore shags too, brother.
With the little side things behind the ear. That's it was not a Rod Stewart haircut, but that would come later.
Hey, we all have some hair embarrassment, but the thing is, now you still got your hair. I'd love to go back and have those hair embarrassments. I can't even have that now. I'm gonna be like Steve Harvey and give me one of them Afro wigs like he wore for years. Well, look, you guys, I ain't gonna hold you too long. I want to wish you both, first of all, happy holidays and a very blessed New Year. Bob Margolin, I graciously and humbly want to say thank you for being a guest on the Sugar Shack, and I'm sorry for all the technical problems. Eric Sassaman, thank you for helping the way you did, and Bob Corridor, thank you for being a good sport and come on. I appreciate that.
My pleasure.
And to all the fans out there, thank you for all your great questions and everything. My guest, this is the Sugar Shack. This is the last show of 2020. My guests today have been the legendary Mr. Bob Margolin and Bob Corridor. Bob, again, thank you for being patient, brother. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you very, very much. And let's hope that 2021 will see us back out doing what we were put on this earth to do. At least what we feel that we put on this earth to do, and what gives us great joy. So you guys be blessed, be safe. Goodbye 2020 and happy 2021.
Well, thanks, and same to you. It's my pleasure to have been here. I'll catch you down the road and on a bandstand next time. Amen.
Amen. And we're gonna do this again without the technical difficulties, Bob, because there was a lot of things I wanted to ask you, and because your history is so deep and so wide, but thank you for being patient. And Bob Corridor, my brother, you know how I feel about you. You know we family, so I love you, and I will see you soon.
Be good, Sugar.
All right, be good, Bob. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody's wishing you a happy New Year's there, Bobs. If you look to your right, there's a lot of people wishing you guys a happy New Year and blessings to you.
I see it. I wish there was a way to for me to respond on there, but let me say thank you for hanging out with us this afternoon to everybody.
Right on. They can all hear that, so that's pretty cool right there.
Good.
Thanks
so much.
Eric Sassaman, God bless you, man. I appreciate the hell out of you. Hopefully I won't be bothering you anymore this new year. But until next year, I will.
Let's do the best we can.
Yeah, you will. You will.
He was passing messages for a while back and forth between me and Bob. He's been great. Before I go, Bob, let me say, I want to say thank you very much to my management company, Apropos Management, Miss Stephanie Gonzalez. And she has worked her ass off for me this year without a penny. But she believes in me, and I believe in her. So thank you for that. I want to say thank you to Magicians Media, to Bunny Burkett, Glenda the Good Witch, and Tristan. They've done a hell of a job, and they've had my back. And she puts up all the posts for me and does all that great stuff. I want to say thank you to Eric Sassaman, who redid the entire website, who's been the tech guy on the spot through this whole adventure this year. And Eric, I can't even I don't even have the words to say, but all I can just say is thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. It's not taken for granted. Please believe me, it's not taken for granted. It's greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciate it. Also, big shout out to 40 Below Records, to Eric Korn, and everything that they've done. Grammy nominated this year. I got to say that as I leave, ladies and gentlemen, I am your 2020 Contemporary Blues Grammy nominee, your 2020 BB King Entertainer of the Year, your 2020 Best Blues Soul Male Vocalist of the Year. I take those things in stride and heart and say thank you for voting for it, brother. And we will see what 2021 brings. Hopefully, it brings less death, more happiness than what happened in 2020.
Amen.
Let's bury this year and try not to come back to it. So be blessed, be safe, and for God's sakes, please be good to one another. Peace, y'all. I'm out.
Later.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.